A girl named Futaba Yoshioka gets caught in the rain after school. She runs under the roof of the temple so as not to get completely wet. Besides her, her classmate Kou Tanaka is standing under the roof, who awkwardly says something about sudden rain. Due to the problems of communication with the opposite sex, the girl does not find what to answer. When she sees a poster about the upcoming festival, she asks the guy about it. He gave her his gym uniform so that she would wipe her hair and not get sick. He says he hasn't used it except once and starts laughing. The girl is angry, but she can't resist his smile and wipes the moisture from her hair. Later, she returns the t-shirt to him and the guy calls her to the festival, indicating the date and place of the meeting. Leaving, one of the guys starts to bother her with questions, which makes the girl angry and shouts that she hates boys. Tanaka hears this and then leaves. The day of the festival is coming and the girl is waiting for the guy late. Already at school, she finds out that the guy transferred to another school and even his friends did not know about it. 3 years have passed. Futaba is in high school. She is late for school, which is why she runs fast, dropping her scarf on the way. However, despite her haste, she focuses on the temple near which she met Tanaka. At school, she talks to her friends Asumi and Chai. At the sight of Yuri Makita, her friends start gossiping about her. Futaba recalls how in high school she was friendless because of her beauty. Therefore, in high school, she put femininity away so that she would not be perceived as a rival. But she forgets when she sees teacher Yuichi Tanaka, which gives rise to jokes to her friends. She laughs with them and the guys standing next to her think Futaba is cute. Upon hearing this, the girl tries to appear vile so that their interest in her decreases. Friends suggest that a girl be more feminine. She says she's uncomfortable with guys. Suddenly, she bumps into a guy she recognizes as Tanaka. She says she wants to buy buns in the dining room, and she runs after the guy to find out who he is. But he is hailed as Mabuchi, which is why the girl decides that she has made a mistake. After school, she goes home, seeing this guy in front of her again. He turns around when he hears her surprise. She says she doesn't follow him, but lives in the area. Stopping near the temple, he turns to it. She follows him. She calls him Tanaka. He replies that his last name is Mabuchi. She apologizes for making a mistake and hurries to leave. But the guy says something about rain, although there are no signs of rain. They talk about changes in each other. He offers a reunion hug, but remembers that she hates guys. She says it's left over, but she liked him. He confessed that he loved her too, but he couldn't bring back the past. He also asks not to be called Tanaka anymore. She starts crying, which annoys the guy. The next day, there is a misunderstanding in the dining room and Futaba is accused of stealing even by a friend, and Mabuchi justifies it. She runs to thank him for saving her, saying that his words made her feel better. The guy says she's a simpleton, if only his words were enough to calm her down. He also condemns her friendship game. Futaba makes excuses because she has no choice, but the guy replies that it's her problems that don't bother him. In conversation, she calls him Tanaka again, which the guy corrects. A memory in which schoolchildren play cops and robbers. The girl wanted to hide behind the gazebo. He takes her hand as she is about to leave. She can smell shampoo and sweat, which she likes. Sensing danger, he comes out of hiding so that the girl is not caught. Futaba feels guilty and decides to save the guy from prison. In the end, she gets caught too, but he thanks her for trying anyway. Because of yesterday's incident, Futaba is bringing food with him. Futaba says her friends could take her side. Futaba tries to put aside thoughts of lying friends. After seeing Yuri chatting sweetly with the guys, Asumi and Chai start gossiping again. The discussion is interrupted by the teacher, who calls Futaba to pick up the printouts. She asks her friends to help, but they just wish her luck. Outside, Futaba feels the cold and sees Yuri. After talking for a while, Futaba notices the keychain, as she had a similar one. Yuri gives her the same one in gratitude for the communication. She says she gets nervous when talking to boys, which seems nice. She also asks what's wrong with dressing up nicely and being nice to others. Futaba replies that it's okay to be nice, but not when it's just for guys. Yuri says that he will do what he likes, despite the hatred. Futaba leaves a pocket warmer and thanks for the keychain. Next, Futaba hears a conversation between Yuichi's teacher and Mabuchi about bad grades, even though the guy is in an advanced class. Mabuchi says not to pay attention to them, but the girl just snaps. She comes out with a heavy stack of printouts and bumps into Mabuchi. He teases her that her friends are not helping her, to which Futaba offers to help her, but he refuses. Teacher Yuichi apologizes for the guy, calling him Kou, and helps the girl. Upon learning that the two studied together, the teacher smiles and Futaba remembers the guy's smile. They part ways and the teacher greets a student named Shuko Murao, but she just nods. Next, her classmate Ayaka Minato greets her, who calls her to go to karaoke with the class, but the girl refuses, not wanting to have memories. At this time, Futaba brings printouts and friends ask about the long absence. Futaba recalls the words about feigned friendship again, but believes that it is better than being alone. Chai notices the keychain and the girlfriends laugh, discussing Yuri's loneliness. Futaba can't stand it and expresses that they envy the girl because of the popularity with the guys. After that, she realizes what happened. She tries to make a joke of it, but Yuri brings the conversation to an end. Asumi and Chai break off their friendship with Futaba. Yuri is grateful for the intercession, but the girl says she stood up for herself. She goes to a secluded place to think about what happened. Mabuchi asks about her loneliness and friends. She says it's her own fault that she stumbled in following her goal. She hides her tears, but there are students who can see her. Kou pulls her towards him, hiding the girl's face from outsiders. She can smell him again. He says that she was trying to achieve her goal, that she lost sight of it. She thanks him by calling him Tanaka again. He says he's doing what he thinks is right, correcting her. Futaba doesn't want to call him Mabuchi, otherwise Tanaka will disappear. She suggests calling him Kou and does not hear the words forbidding him to do so. Before the holidays, she makes arrangements with Asumi and Chai that they split up peacefully. Yuri praises the girl for her courage and expresses a desire to discuss a lot with her, after which they say goodbye. In high school, when their eyes met, they broke contact, but they immediately returned it again. Suddenly, Futaba feels the urge to meet Kou. She goes to the shoe lockers, worried that the guy has already left, but he calls out to her from behind, which the girl is very happy about. She says that she starts everything from scratch, which pleases the guy. In between their conversation, Yuichi's teacher suggests that the guy come over for dinner and stay the night. Kou explains to the girl that they are brothers. Yuichi asks about their relationship, but the guy says that he will not date such a girl. She reminds him that he loved her. However, the guy says it was a lie to find out what the girl would say next. She reminded him of their eyes meeting in high school, and he excuses himself by saying that the girl was staring at him. Yuichi decides to clarify the girl's name and begins to remember. While the brother did not say too much, Kou drew the attention of the students to the teacher's bad intentions and, taking the girl by the hand, ran away from school. Yuichi remembers seeing Kou blushing in front of Futaba's name. On the way, she asks him about his family as well as about his move to where his mom lives. The guy starts to get annoyed by the questions and he asks not to get into his life. She reminds him that he is holding her hand, after which he lets go. She takes him by the sleeves, starts crying and says that he suddenly disappeared and reappeared, so she asks. He puts his head on her shoulder and asks her to stop crying. He apologizes for not coming to the meeting, saying that his parents divorced and he had to leave. A little later, they continued on their way and before parting, Futaba wishes to have a good time. Yuichi is waiting for Kou at dinner while the guy is not at home. A new school year is coming. Futaba finds his class and is happy to study with Yuri. Suddenly, Aya runs into the classroom, who is also happy with Shuko, promising her a busy school life. Kou says that Aya is quite active, but Futaba is shocked that she is in the same class with a guy. The next day, she watches Kou find common ground with her classmates quite easily. Seeing the girl's gaze, the guy shows her his thumb, which is why she turns away, smiling at the behavior of a junior high school student. After greeting Yuri, she notices the girls discussing rumors about a friend. Futaba talks to Yuri, which makes her the subject of discussion. Shuko enters the class, with whom the girls only have time to say hello, since she immediately buried herself in a book. Aya was eventually completely ignored. At recess, Yuichi is interested in Futaba's affairs, offering to become a prefect. He says that school life is short and you need to have time to try a lot. At lunch, Futaba wilted completely, which attracted Kou's attention. She complains that she has no foothold and is helpless in making new friends. He suggests starting to take the first steps, since no one will do it for her. The teacher threatens that no one will leave until people are elected to positions. Futaba stretches out his hand, becoming a prefect for girls. She asks about the desire to be a prefect for the male half. Aya thinks to raise his hand, but Kou is ahead of him. Next, Kou asks about those who want to be a representative for the event, after which Yuri pulls his hand. Kou says 2 more volunteers are needed. To everyone's surprise, Shuko puts forward his candidacy. Futaba immediately realizes that Aya will be connected after her, which is what happens. In the morning, Futaba goes to Kou because of the upcoming school trip. The girl thinks that the guy is sleeping, ignoring her calls in the intercom. He opens the door and shocks with his appearance, which is why he drags the girl inside the house. Kou asks to wait until he gets into the shower. Futaba feels ashamed, and after examining the house, she marks the height of the guy and his brother. Finally, the guy gets out and they go to the station. The guy claims that they arrive on time, although they walk slowly. The girl claims that it is necessary to have a reserve of time for unforeseen cases. She immediately notices that she has forgotten her bag. They quickly return the forgotten item, rushing to catch the train that has just arrived, managing to stop by at the last moment. Yuri is worried about the guys as the teacher is angry because of the irresponsibility of the guys. Later, the guys were scolded and instructed to write an apology. Shuko is unhappy that the elders set a bad example and set up the teacher. There is a conflict among the guys and the guys disperse. Futaba is glad that at least Yuri remains sweet and kind until Aya picks up the cupcake. Later, Futaba offers to complete the tasks that may be asked at the meeting. No one answers and Kou offers to come up with something and write to her. In the evening, the teacher asks the question why the girl is nervous. The guy is responsible for her, taking her sheet and starting to come up with an answer on the go. The question was about school trips and cohesion. He said that the point is to get something that you can't get anywhere else. Yuichi asks for details, to which Kou says what Futaba wrote. Good memories that will be remembered warmly during the discussion. Futaba blushed when she heard his words. At night, Kou goes to Futaba to find out about the readiness of the letter of apology. Futaba admires the guy's ability to cope with such tasks when she spends a lot of energy. He lays down next to her, saying that she shouldn't get upset. He says he doesn't care, so it seems like everything is coming easy. They turn to each other and meet each other's eyes. Turning back, the guy says that she deserves more respect than he does since she does not experience difficulties as a girl. She feels that the guy feels like a stranger, and then she strokes his head and buries her nose in his hair. She wants to know about what happened over the past years. The guy takes her hand and asks about her love for him, which makes the girl blush. He wants to make sure he hasn't given her false hopes. She says she knows him from the past, but not from the present. The guy is annoyed that the girl clings to the past, deceiving that she is moving forward. The next day, the two don't talk. Aya and Yuri assume that they are in a relationship and quarreled, but Futaba and Kou both deny the quarrel and the relationship. Yuri leaves when Aya addresses her. The two explain that she hates him. Suddenly, Yuri hears Yuichi and Shuko talking. The teacher asks to return to the others and also says that their relationship will not become closer. He also asks to get closer to his classmates and make friends. The girl tried to convince the man to stay here, but it didn't work out. When she saw Yuri, she continued on her way in silence. At this time, Futaba throws out the trash, angry at the guy. But he understands that his words are true and he needs to make peace. She runs to him, but sees him with a girl, after which she hides. The guys decided that the girl wanted to confess her feelings. Kou takes her hand and tells her that she is his girlfriend and takes her away. He asks about what happened, but she replies that it was a coincidence. After a while, she asks about the hands as she worries about misunderstandings from the girl. He says he'll keep holding on until they get far enough away and says he doesn't have a girlfriend. The next day, the guys have an orientation assignment. The only ones who are excited about the transitory are Futaba and Aya. The guys need to walk around the area to the right points to guess the encrypted words, and then solve the cipher and find the right place. Futaba suggests navigating by map, but Aya wants to do smarter and follow other students. Realizing that they need to get to the largest lake in this neighborhood, they are going to go to it for victory. However, they realize that they have been following others all this time and now do not know where they are. Aya suggests using the landscape and understanding where they are. However, a lot of time passes and they are still wandering through the forest. In the end, they got completely lost. They sat down to rest when a small quarrel occurred between the guys. Futaba calms them down as a quarrel will not save them. Kou says the forest is small. Yuri suggests staying put until the teachers find them. Futaba hears the sound of the river. Kou suggests going towards the river as it is the closest to the checkpoint. After passing through the bushes, they find a river and Kou goes through it first. On the last stone, Futaba kicks, but is caught by Kou, and Yuri is afraid to go. The guys support her, but it doesn't help. Kou helps her cross the river. After moving over, the guys move on and Futaba feels that her leg hurts. Kou notices that the girl is walking slowly. Futaba assures that she can go on, but the guy does not agree and offers to carry her on his back. Futaba is shy at first, but she has no choice and climbs on her back. She doesn't understand the next mood change, but now she can enjoy his scent. When it was already dark, they went out to the road where their teachers found them. At night, Futaba talks to Yuri about the past day and about friendship. They agree that no matter what, they will be friends. Shuko hears their conversation. In the middle of the night, Futaba decided to drink water when she saw Kou in the window. She decides to go to him and ask him what he is doing. Kou says he woke up and wanted to see the dawn. He asks about the pain in her leg and she replies that the pain is almost gone. She says it's impossible to tell the time of day from the sky right now. He gives his jacket to the girl, ignoring the question of the cold for him. After that, the girl wakes up her friends and Kou brings Aya at this time. Kou says that Futaba went to her room, but did not take warm clothes, but refuses to take her jacket back. The sun is rising and the guys are enjoying the moment. The trip ends and the guys go back. At the station, Futaba makes arrangements with her mother on the phone that her mother will pick her up. He asks her about her leg again, and then gets distracted by the kitten. She says goodbye to the guy. However, the guy ignores the girl, showing that the kitten has one sock. They played with the kitten a little more, and when mom came to pick up Futaba, the guy decided to go home. She thanks him for the company, but he only replies that he was just playing with the kitten. Suddenly, the girl receives a message from Yuri, who writes that she has fallen in love with a guy. With thoughts of a friend's message, Futaba goes to school. She sees Yuri, apologizes for the unanswered message, and lies that she fell asleep in the evening. Yuri says she was worried that she had offended her and asks if the girl is in love with Kou. Futaba reflexively denies this. She believes that thoughts of falling in love are a figment of the imagination due to the abrupt change from a rude attitude to a sweet one. She also believes that there are many people in the world who are no less cute than him. Yuri talks sweetly with a guy until he leaves. Futaba says that it's easy to see a girl falling in love. Yuri replies that she would like the guy to notice it and be interested. Shuko also notices the girl's infatuation, but she is more interested in why they eat together. Yuri decides to ask which guy was in high school. Futaba replies that he was a good boy. Futaba continues to say that now the guy has become a cheeky cocky. Kou hears this, after which she immediately gets hit for her words. She apologizes, but says it was unpleasant for her. Kou says that's why he doesn't do that to girls. Aya says you can't do that. Kou says it's strange to hear this from a man who brought interesting magazines to schools. Aya is trying to shut the guy up here so that Shuko won't hear. She says she doesn't care what makes guys start laughing with Aya. The guy is angry about setting up a friend. Later in physical education, Yuri continues to ask about the guy's hobbies. However, the girl does not know this. Yuri continued, saying that she fell in love with the guy when he helped her cross the river. After lessons, the elders are detained to fill out reports. Futaba offers to fill in everything herself, but Kou refuses, staying with her. Aya teases the guy that he wants to be alone with the girl. Then Aya slaps the guy on the back, wishing him luck. Futaba can't concentrate while admiring the guy. The guy starts to get angry that the girl doesn't write. Yuichi comes to the noise. Kou says they are writing reports and will bring them in soon. Before leaving, Yuichi says that the guy's face is not so stony. Kou realizes that there is something on his back and asks the girl to remove it. She removes the band-aid that says stone face. The guy asks not to smell it, but the girl denies it. He lists all the cases, even one that was in high school. Futaba understands that it has been discovered. He offers to write a report for her, saying that without him she would have managed only by the next day. At this time, Yuri and Shuko go home, discussing falling in love, which makes them happy, but it's not easy with her. The guys have finished and Futaba offers to take the report, fearing a long stay next to the guy. Then, to her surprise, she sees a guy waiting for her at the shoe lockers. She says he could have gone home instead of waiting for her. He says he misunderstood her, but now it's too late and wants her to go home. On the way, Futaba thinks that she does not know what she will do if she falls in love with the same person as her friend. The train had just arrived at the station and Kou hurried to it, urging the girl on. But the girl does not come in, saying that she forgot something at school. She lied to make a decision. If the guy leaves now, she'll give up. But the girl understands that she has already made a decision and wants the guy to stay. When she opens her eyes, she sees a guy in front of her who is ready to help her. Futaba made a decision that she already knew. The girl mentally apologizes to her friend. Kou brings water to make her feel better. The girl takes a few sips, after which the guy asks to pass the bottle. Futaba realizes that there will be an indirect kiss now, which is why she is embarrassed. Kou perceives this as disgust and pours water at a distance from his mouth. Because the water is cold, he choked and spilled water. She wants to share the napkins, but remembers that her bag is a mess. She is ashamed in front of him that she is a slob and remembers Yuri's words about neatness in front of others. She is hiding from shame because of the question about her condition. He removes her hand to make sure that the girl is alright. At this time, a train is passing, which causes a strong wind flow. He asks about the girl's perfume or shampoo, as he liked the smell. He says she should have answered the joke and objected. She replied that she did not understand that it was a joke and therefore did not know how to react. She twirls a curl, thinking about her cheap shampoo. She would like to have a better one, despite his joke. After that, they say goodbye, although she would like to stay with Kou more. Choosing a shampoo, she wants to tell her friend about her feelings for the guy as soon as possible. On the way home, she wonders how Yuri will react to this. Suddenly, she is met by Yumi, with whom she used to study. She was the only friend who broke off communication at one point. But Futaba learned from the conversation that Yumi was jealous of Neidu. Yumi apologizes for leaving the girl alone. Futaba says she has never loved Neidu. She talked to him to find out about Kou. Futaba understands that girlfriends who are in love with one guy are bad. She says goodbye to Yumi, continuing on her way home. A few days later, Futaba did not tell about her feelings. She sees Kou giving a CD of Yuri's music, which makes Futaba feel jealous. Next, Yuri shows off the disc to her friend, which she congratulates. Futaba thinks that Yuri is giving his best. At recess, Kou brings her report, which contains many errors. Afterwards, he asked about her well-being, as her behavior seemed strange. At lunch, Futaba took a lot of buns and offered extra buns to her friends, but they refused. Futaba decided to return them to the dining room, refusing Yuri's help. The girl expressed suspicion that she had offended her friend and decided to find out. She went to the dining room, but the girl is not there. At this time, Futaba is thinking about what to do. At this time, the guy jumps down to her and shuts his mouth. He's hiding from his brother because he doesn't want to talk to him about lunch. Futaba asks what the problem is with eating with her brother, but decides not to continue asking so as not to anger the guy. The wind blew and the guy smelled a new shampoo. Futaba says he wants to like him. Kou agrees that it is necessary to label this kind of joke. When he left, he said that Yuri was looking for her. After lessons, Yuri suggests going to a cafe. Futaba agrees, assuming that their friendship will end today. Futaba decides to get a bald haircut if she doesn't tell her friend. Yuri offers to invite Shuko to go and, without waiting for an answer, runs after the girl. The girl is annoyed that now she will have to confess even in front of Shuko. Later in the cafe, Futaba finds the strength to admit to having feelings for the guy. Yuri was surprisingly happy about this, starting to admire the guy. Futaba exhaled, realizing that she had been so worried for nothing. Yuri says that the girl has advantages since she has known him for a long time. Futaba says the guy made it clear that he didn't like her. Yuri says that then they won't be offended and goes to the bathroom. She cries, but realizes that it was difficult for her friend to confess. Upon returning, Futaba notices the girl's red eyes. Shuko decides to admit that she is in love with teacher Yuichi. Futaba is shocked by this news, which is surprised that Yuri reacted calmly to this. Shuko says that Yuri found out about it by accident, but did not tell anyone about it. She also says that they are good girls and losing a friend to a guy who can turn them off is stupid. Aya passing by is glad that Shuko is spending time with friends. Later, at the station, Futaba notices Kou playing with a kitten. She offers to take the kitten to him. He refuses, as he will start to care, which will bring a lot of problems. The guy leaves on business, and the girl decides to follow up. He comes to a place full of young people. She goes to him and tells him that he needs to study for exams. His friends are making fun of the guy. One of them decides to pick up a girl, but Kou dissuades a friend. The other guy is also starting to show interest in Futaba. One of the friends said something unpleasant, which is why Kou decides to leave, calling the girl with him. He points towards the station, but the girl follows him. After walking a sufficient distance, he turns to her and asks her not to chase him, but she rolls her eyes. He stops by the soda machine and buys drinks for himself and the girl. Futaba asks about his friends. Kou says he doesn't know them and goes there to kill time talking to people. She says he can talk to her. Realizing what she said, she adds that he can talk to Yuri, Shuko, or Aya. Futaba says that he condemned for feigning friendship, and he does the same. He changes the subject, saying that she put herself in danger when she went after him. But the girl replies that she wasn't worried about it since he won't do anything. He takes her hands and tells her not to underestimate men from the guy's proximity, but he gets a flick of his fingers on his forehead. He says that nothing bad happened since he was nearby and does not advise going to such places if he does not want to have consequences. Later, the girls discuss that the guy goes to different places instead of studying, worrying about grades. Shuko confirms the poor grades as she heard a conversation with Yuichi's teacher about his academic failure. The guy is in danger of not going to the next grade, and he jokes that he will drop out of school. Shuko says that he doesn't care about Kou. Yuri doesn't believe that Kou doesn't cherish them after going through so much together. Futaba assumes that the guy has a reason to behave like this. She offers to be involved in his life so that he doesn't leave them. Yuri notices that the girl has become more beautiful to look at. Futaba confirms as she has done her makeup. At school, a girl looks at a guy, thinking about a further plan to make a guy appreciate friendship. Kou notices her gaze and tells her not to stare at him, calling him a scarecrow. She denies staring at him, calling him bald. The guy writes back that only Peach-sensei is bald. The teacher sees this, and after the lessons, Kou apologizes. The guy blames the girl for what happened, but she replies that he wrote about Peach-sensei himself. Kou notices that the girl looks different and she confesses about the makeup. Aya joins in the conversation, saying that it is suspicious when a girl starts to do makeup without doing it before. The guys start discussing love and Kou says that no one will date Futaba, which angers the girl. At this time, Yuri and Shuko are having lunch and also discussing a CD with music. Before leaving, Kou removes her lipstick and says that makeup does not suit her. In the hallway, Aya and Kou discuss what they will take in the dining room when they meet the guy's former classmates. They talk about their confusion about how Kou could get into the advanced class and assume that it's because of his brother. Aya makes guys regret their words by standing up for a friend. In the evening, Yuri writes an offer to help Kou improve grades. The next day, the girls offer Aya to help them. On Saturday, they call Kou, warning that they will come to him soon. Later, he realizes that he was told and rushes to close the lock, but does not have time. After settling down in his room, Yuri returns the disc. They invite you to join them. Futaba suggests that the guy get used to it since he just woke up. The guy can't sleep because of the noise and after a while decides to eat chips and sit next to him. Futaba forbids eating if the guy is not studying. He asks to start teaching him, calling the girl a teacher, which makes the girl embarrassed. Yuri offers to drink and asks Kou to bring glasses. After waiting a bit, Yuri goes down to help the guy. She asks if he has feelings for Futaba, but the guy does not hear because of the noise of the water and asks to repeat. She realizes that she does not know what she will do if he confirms his feelings and decides to take the glasses. The girl stumbles over a bag of vegetables. She tries to clean it up as soon as possible, but stops. Futaba decides to check on the guys as they are delayed. They leave the room saying that nothing happened. Futaba is nervous that Yuri looks away and Kou is calm. She assumes that something happened between them. Aya says that the guy understands the material well, but the guy still has bad grades. Kou explains that he doesn't hate studying and doesn't know what the point of studying well is. Yuri and Aya say that then the guy will stay for the second year and will not go to the next grade together. They say that during the holidays, when they need to relax together, he will be in additional lessons. Kou promises to try his best, but he's already tired for today. On the way, Futaba asks about what happened, but Yuri repeats with a short pause that nothing happened. The guys said goodbye to the girl at the station. As a result, Futaba can't stand it and runs back to Kou's house. It is opened by Kou, who is about to leave somewhere. Futaba finds an excuse to visit him. Finally, the girl finds the strength to ask the guy what happened. The guy also doesn't answer right away. The girl says that she is worried about their strange behavior and she also wants to find out the reason why he has changed. She adds that now she is not looking for a past boyfriend, but wants to find out everything that happens to him. The guy says that the girl is incredible because despite so many attempts she continues to achieve her goal. He takes her by the hand and leads her into the room. She sees a home altar with a picture of her mother. The guy says he didn't know how to say it. Futaba apologizes to the guy. She realizes that Kou and Yuri are primarily thinking about the feelings of others, and she is only thinking about herself. The girl starts crying and asks not to leave them because she wants to be with him. The guy strokes her hair and wipes away tears, trying to calm the girl down. Yuichi returns home, who finds the two of them. Kou explains that he calmed the girl down after he told her about his mother. After that, the guy goes to work, offering his brother a ride to the girl. On the way, Yuichi says that Kou cannot forgive him. He says that when their parents divorced, he asked Kou to take care of his mom. After a while, mom got sick and was hospitalized, and he couldn't come often because of work. Every time it was hard to go into the room and see my mother more and more exhausted, and Kou did it every day. He assures the girl that Kou is a good guy, which the girl agrees with, who is starting to cry. On the way home, the girl realizes what darkness the guy went through. However, she knows that behind the mask of indifference, the guy remains kind. The next day, Futaba apologizes to her friend because she thought badly of her. She says that the guy told her about her mom. Yuri admits to being jealous when Futaba and he get along well. Therefore, the girl was glad that only she knew about her mother being considered special. After speaking out, the girls shed tears and hugged each other as a sign of strong friendship. Later, Aya gives the guy sheets with math lessons. But after not hearing the words of thanks, Aya starts to get angry. Futaba supports Aya by offering to do the same physics lessons. After that, the guys agree on the next lesson, which Kou has to put up with. From Kou's memories, he remembers how the doctor said about mom's diagnosis. But when he visits his mother, he doesn't show that he knows about it. He talks to her sweetly without showing sadness. But when he leaves the room, he freezes with the realization that his mother has cancer, which can no longer be cured. But mom feels that something is wrong and calls her eldest son to look after Kou. After coming home, Kou spills out all the bitterness that he did not want to show his family. In high school, he studied well to ensure a good life for himself and his mother, ignoring his mother's requests to spend time with her. However, there is no future for mom anymore. The phone rings and the older brother asks about his condition on the answering machine. Kou apologizes because he couldn't keep his promise, and then he remembers the amazing expression on Futaba's face when she saved him. He woke up to the tasks that his friends had compiled. The next day, the guys suggest going to the library and studying. The guys brought more assignments, but the guy says he needs to go to the bathroom. After enough time, they notice that Kou is not coming back and his bag is not under the table. Futaba gets angry and packs her things, going after the guy, but he accidentally runs into Tama Kikuchi, whom he falls on unsuccessfully. The girl immediately apologizes and runs away in shame, and the guys follow her. They come to the cafe, and Aya says that he noticed the strange behavior of the guy today. Shuko compares Kou to a cat, which makes it impossible to understand his intentions. Later, Futaba comes to Kou, but Yuichi opens the door, informing him that the guy has not returned yet. Futaba says that the guy is closed from friends, but she herself will pave the way to his heart. The girl goes back to that strange place where the guy comes. At this time, the guys with whom Kou spends time ask why he started coming here less often. He remembers his friends, but does not decide to talk about them. Suddenly, he notices Futaba, who runs towards him again with a remarkable expression on her face. On the way home, the girl asks about the meaning of what is happening. He replies that there is no point at all and he was constantly wrong. And also those who start from scratch will not understand it. He knows that his words would sadden Mom and his actions are wrong, but he can't start over. He still has feelings that don't subside. She cries from what the guy went through, but she can't fully get over it, and neither can he. She is trying to reach his heart and understand his feelings. He stops her and asks her about the reason to interfere in his life. She jumps and together they fall to the grass. She says he's afraid of losing his friends, which means he cares about them. She says that a great loss cannot be replaced by something commensurate, but you can take a few small joys in this life to find the strength to continue a normal life. These words were not enough for the guy to hear. He received permission to live. He hugs the girl, not holding back tears. They sit for a while, hugging each other. Futaba sees Kou showing his weakness for the first time. She thinks to pull away from him, but the guy hugs her tighter because he doesn't want to show tears. Later, Futaba finds himself thinking that he wants to be a support for the guy. The guy at this time says that he liked her expression when the girl ran to him. She thinks about the beauty of the guy in the moonlight, and also thinks that now is the right time to confess her feelings. She only manages to say his name when her stomach starts rumbling. He offers to go for a snack, but the girl refuses. She says she ran into his house looking for a guy and met Yuichi, who was probably cooking dinner. She also adds that Yuichi thinks the guy is mad at him. He says it's not his fault, but the girl tells him to tell him personally. Before they leave, he thanks her for her help. Futaba is about further attempts to pave the way to the guy's heart. Kou also thinks about the girl's attempts, marveling at her persistence. After coming home, Yuichi invites him to dinner, to which he agrees, and then he joins in the preparation of the table. At this time, the father returns. Kou greets him, and his father pats him on the head. Starting to eat, Yuichi can't hold back the tears, as he was really looking forward to this day. Kou admits that he didn't think it was wrong to have dinner with them, since Mom couldn't do it. Their father says that their mother would not worry about such trifles. After a short silence, Kou says that he is thinking of regaining the Tanaka surname. My father says they are a family even if their last names are different. The next day, the girl does not know how to behave after yesterday and sees that the guy is also confused. Suddenly, Aya comes running, who presents yesterday's escape of the guy. Kou apologizes, offering to gather today, which surprises his friends. After days of hard work with friends, the guy gets grades higher than his friends. But Yuri is happy that in the end everyone got on the honor roll. And Aya is happy that their summer holidays will be full of fun without additional classes. After lessons, the girls want to get together and discuss plans for the summer. But Kou has already left and Futaba and Yuri run after the guy, having received a wish of good luck from Shuko. They catch up with the guy, taking his hands. At this time, Yuichi stops Shuko, saying that he is glad to see her new friends. She says that having friends does not negate her feelings for him, so the man did not get rid of the annoying factor. Yuichi says he doesn't find her annoying, which confuses the girls and she runs away. Aya says that the teacher would not encourage the girl and break her heart. To this, Yuichi asks the guy for permission so that he does not break her heart. Aya's anger at Yuichi's words subsides when he sees his friends. They offer to go discuss plans in a cafe, ignoring Kou's offer to arrange a phone call. Futaba reflects on the fact that she was able to change by spending time with friends, and it's too early to give in to memories, since memories have just begun to appear and she will remember them all. Later, Futaba suggests that her friends wear yukata to the fireworks festival, but Shuko refuses. However, Yuri puts on a suit, explaining that she did not say that she would not wear it. Futaba thinks it's unfair, but Yuri says she's serious. Aya and Kou are just coming to the meeting place and the guy admires the look of the girl. Shuko tells Futaba that Yuri wasn't joking about the seriousness of the intentions. While Aya and Shuko are playing shooting range, the others are eating granita. Yuri tastes the dessert that the guy took. Kou suggested Futaba, but remembered that the girl is squeamish. Next, Yuri stumbles, but Kou catches her, ignoring her friend's concern. In the end, the guys found a place from which they could see the fireworks well. Yuri is chatting sweetly with a guy, trying to outdo Futaba. Tauma walks past them and asks Futaba to step back for a conversation. Tauma says that what happened was an accident and suggests to forget. Kou decides to ask what he is asking to forget the girl, considering this is not a low act. Futaba asks you to calm down, telling you what happened. Kou gets mad at the girl and apologizes to Tauma. Aya laughs with Kou, who has made up his mind too much. Kou is unhappy that the girl continues to talk to Tauma, although she hates guys. He decides to go get some food and Yuri goes with him. Yuri thinks about the fact that her attempts to get closer to a guy are unsuccessful. She rubs a corn on the way. At this time, Aya calls and Kou says that Yuri is injured and will come soon. She asks for help as she cannot glue the patch on her own because of yukata. He says that yukats are meant for such celebrations. Yuri thinks about the fact that Futaba is not trying for a guy like her, but he chooses her anyway. The girl confesses her love. He thanks her, but he can't reciprocate. But the girl already knew his answer. Futaba makes her way through the crowd, shouting her friend's name, worrying only about her. Because of this, Yuri now knows for sure that Futaba values her. But Yuri will still give way to tears when he returns home. On the way home, Futaba says that she was very worried about her friend because of him. Futaba also can't figure out if Yuri confessed her feelings. She wonders if she can talk about feelings. When a train passes by, she confesses her love. The guy didn't hear it, which made the girl feel better. She repeats the confession as another train passes by. This time, the guy notices that the girl is saying something and asks to repeat it, which confuses her. As she passes by the temple, she sees an announcement about the festival they had arranged for in high school. He repeats the sentence, thus inviting again. The girl says their friends are busy, but he says it will be just the two of them. The girl is insanely happy about this and asks about yukata. He says he wants to see her in an outfit. Before they leave, she asks him to stay with her for a little more time, as she does not want to go home yet. He hugs the girl, saying that you should not underestimate men and show your vulnerable side. Futaba says she's not scared if it's him. He pushes the girl away, offering to escort her. This time they definitely say goodbye and Futaba decides to keep their feelings a secret for now. The girl already imagines how she admits her feelings at the festival, but a few days later the guy informs her that he will not be able to come.
Take you